we have a long history of a colonial government in Hong Kong. And colonial governments are detached from the people. Their main job is to develop the area for the benefit of the colonial power, which was us in the past. Changing a government from a colonial government into a more sensitive government dealing with the interests of the local people, that takes time. I think from talking to people in Beijing over the years, I have a clear view that the people in Beijing value Hong Kong, and they know that the way Hong Kong operates has to be different from the way the rest of China operates. The Chinese government is being very restrained. It's leaving the primary responsibility with the Hong Kong government, and that's the right thing to do. And it is letting the local forces of law and order deal with it. And it has taken no major policy decisions that will vary the situation in Hong Kong. But if the situation goes on being violent, there will be a limit to how long the central government can allow that to continue, because of the wide opening up of China, the pictures from Hong Kong are carried throughout China. And no government can allow itself to be seen as tolerating violence in the streets. The people of China don't want that. I wouldn't have thought the majority of people in Hong Kong want to see violence in the streets. Western media is unsympathetic to Beijing and has an effect on the people in Hong Kong. I'm sure, you know, when you look around the world, there's been a number of incidents that have occurred around the world where it looks like there's been outside interference. If you look at Ukraine, or you look at Egypt, or you look at many of these springs, it appears there's some sort of outside involvement.
What's the fundamental reason or cause behind this kind of outside interference? What's their motivation?
So the causes of the outside influences are because people get frustrated, other countries get frustrated that the more normal ways of working aren't working, so they use interference in unacceptable ways. It happens. It doesn't work. You can achieve a transformation of power. So you look at the situation I mentioned, Ukraine. Is Ukraine a better place, a more stable place, because it changed its influence to being more pro-America, more pro-Europe? No, they have a lot. They have continuing problems in Ukraine, and I hope that it will gradually stop, and Hong Kong can resume what should be its very strong interest in being the leading financial center of this Greater Bay Area. They've been given a great opportunity in southern China, which will give them big opportunities throughout China in the long term. So I think the British people hope that China can find a way to enable the people of Hong Kong to calm down and to have an easier life, concentrating on their futures, not on their worries.